You're ready now? You're pampering yourself in the bathroom?
No, I thought I was done peeing, and then the second round came when I was
pulling
my pants up.
You got a second
and there
round?
was, droplets on my fucking shorts, so I had to try to wipe them off. It was really annoying. That's why I was sitting in here.
You're like the thinking man, just like...
I was like...
I'm gonna try this out. Are you seeing it right now?
Wait, you know that, that TikTok that was like this thing, and then they're putting the charger in. Did you see that one? Or no, okay, you know what? It's actually really inappropriate, so.
Oh, no, wait, no, the animated one?
No, it's like a USB charger. It's not animated, well, they actually animated one with an outlet, but.
That was it, yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about then.
I'm sitting on the bed.
Do you want to sit in the chair? You can sit in the chair if you want.
Oh, I think it's fucking.
Did you just ruin the mic?
No curse words, I think.
We're family friendly.
Well, I mean, we could appeal to larger audiences. I have no idea where this is gonna go.
Are you putting your phone on silent so you don't get interrupted? I was gonna put a timer on my phone for like an hour.
Okay.
1 hour.
What time we started?
Now. Oh,
we should have a little clock.
Oh, I've already recorded. I've already started recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I caught you saying the F word. I'm gonna use
No!
No!
We're supposed to be family friendly!
Shit!
That just cut off half of our viewers.
Oh, we're perfectly sitting in the order of us on the...
Oh, yeah. This is so cool.
This is cool. Dude, half of this is just gonna be us geeking out about us finally doing this. I mean, when did we get the idea to... I mean, we've always kind of talked about doing it, right?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I wanted to do it since, freshman year.
I mean, I've always wanted to do it since before I met you. But now I'm, actually doing it. And... I don't know, it's just exciting because, I have no idea, how far this is gonna go either. But, I'm definitely looking forward to, being able to have more people go on here. And, I don't know. It's just so, thinking about, from where I was before, freshman year, when I, first started talking to you, and, now, all this stuff that we have planned, it's just, so dope, thinking about it.
We're juniors, by the way. Oh, we can't say where we go to school or where we are right now either, or else it's really bad.
Oh, yeah, that'd probably be...
That would be really bad. Oh, crap. I took a picture of all the names that we originally had. Did you come up with any more? Because I did.
Oh, the names for the podcast?
Yeah, because we decided on Through the Barrel, originally, or Through the Barrel was an inside joke where my cousin, she made a joke, and it was so god-awful that, she wasn't even scraping the bottom of the barrel. She went through it to find that crap. I was just I just looked at Reese, and I was just that was through the that was through the barrel. She went through. That was sophomore year, right?
Yeah, that was over a year ago.
We held on to that. I found it. All right. There's there's 16 names on this. So, wait, did you come up with any more names or?
I mean, the ones that I have are the ones that you have.
By the way, I'm Will and he's Reese. I don't think we did that. And this is the Through the Barrel podcast.
Oh yeah.
Where hold on, wait, I wrote lines for this.
No,
I wrote lines for this.
We're already messing up.
Ah, crap.
Yeah, I don't know where the names are, so
you can read them off. I put some down that I didn't tell you. Okay.
The good and the ugly.
The good. Which one's the good and which one's the ugly?
Certified Lover Boy is on there. Clockwork, Minions, Workplace, You Only Live Twice, Tall and Small. I forgot about that one.
I guess we know which one's tall and which one's small.
Through the Barrel, Pickle Gang. What is that?
No, yeah,
that's
Pickle
so
Gang.
Stupid.
No, I remember you threw Pickle. No, I think I threw Pickle Gang out, and you're like, yes, and I'm like, no, that's stupid. And then it came down to the top 3, and I was just like, Pickle Gang's up there. You're like, it grew on you. Yeah, Pickle Gang did grow on me.
You spelled pickle wrong. You spelled it,
I spelled it wrong.
you spelled it like Pickel.
Is there an I? Or is it an L-E?
No, it's... You did like EL then instead of LE.
Pickle.
It's Pickle.
Pickle
Gang. Not distractable. Undistractable. Butter dinosaurs on there.
That was you.
Indestructible. Is it indestructible? It's indestructible. Ryan Reynolds' chest hairs?
What? Read it.
When did you put that? Did you just do that? Is that new?
No, that was the night that we were brainstorming. Remember I told you where I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna write down random names.
Oh! And then there's Average PP Gang.
Average PP Gang?
Do this.
Alright. I got my intros.
Okay.
I'm gonna stutter while doing this. I'm nervous. Hi, and welcome back to the Through a Bell podcast, where Reese and I stay home on Friday nights instead of going to parties that we're totally invited to.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
And
I got
accurate.
plenty. I gotta cross that off now because that's a good one. Where do you think this is gonna go? Do you think that we're gonna get 100 subscribers throughout the? I don't know. What time frame? Because I like what time frame do you think like stuff's gonna go on? We got friends.
I mean, yeah,
Right?
I would be happy with like 20.
20.
Like, that's, I don't know, 20 would be, we're gonna be like looking back on this.
See, like a part of me wanted to like I want to post everything that we do, just so that way it'll be like 5 years into the future. Either nothing has happened or everything that we wanted to has happened. That way you and I, one night, could be sitting on our porches with a cup of whiskey and just scrolling through like my laptop or something, being like, what's the very first episode of the podcast? And then this is it.
Yeah. Just starting off, like, in your room with like sharing a mic. Like, I feel like that if we get big from this, which like I don't even know what's gonna come from this, but like if we do, like it's gonna be so fun looking back, like, cause like the way that you kind of transition between ideas on like ways we could like have, was like a career? Is this like a career?
I mean, that's what Joe Rogan does.
I mean, like, but it's like ideas of like cool stuff we could do. Like if we could benefit from just like having fun, like doing this doesn't even feel like
A job.
I'm working.
Yeah, because we do this a lot. We all, like every now and then we'll call for like hours. I remember one time I called you. It was like 12 at night, and we stayed up till 4 in the morning. I think talking on Snapchat.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like in the summer though. That was like closer to the end of 2022 summer. 2022 summer is probably the best summer I've ever gone through. Like me personally, I mean, like what about you? Because
I mean,
like that was when I first started driving. I was driving to the beach a lot, and then like the music. Oh my god, the music! I felt like relished during that time period.
I mean, like what kind of genres like music do you listen to?
I mean like rap, and then like guitar. Well, I listen to a lot of stuff, but like during certain times of the year, like when it's summer, I'll listen to like kind of older rock stuff, and then I guess like current guitar stuff. So like Kill Me Girl and I think it's Wait a Minute by Wallow. That's like no Willow. That's Will Smith's daughter.
Oh yeah.
We shouldn't talk about him too much. I'm scared.
He's gonna like break down the door.
Wait, what did he say?
It was like keep.
It was like keep my daughter's name. No, well, when we say wife, so it's like we're talking about Willow. It's like keep my daughter's name. Ouch. we were complimenting his music. He just walks in and slaps both of us.
We gotta interview him.
I'm not interviewing Will Smith. Fast forward to when we interview Will Smith.
We just gotta edit that clip in. Yo, I'm not interviewing Will Smith.
I'm not gonna interview him.
Will Smith's welcome.
It's like, hey, welcome back to the Through Podcast. who would you want to interview first if we were to do interviews? I know who I would want to interview first.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna constantly keep bringing this up until like it happens.
I mean, who would you want to?
Markiplier. I think he would be such a fun person to talk to.
Oh yeah.
And we could actually interview, because I still want to do the Lego interview thing.
That's a good. I would still want to do that too.
We could post it on this channel too. Like we could do that. Like we could do more stuff than just this podcast. That's what
we gotta explain. Okay, so basically our idea was just like a podcast, except we have people come on our show and we interview them. Except during the interview, we're just sitting and building Legos. Like we're just talking over Lego sets.
Yeah. It wouldn't be like Hot Ones where we're specifically asking questions. See, like, I would want it to be more of a Joe Rogan side podcast where I haven't really listened to Joe Rogan, but my dad does a lot, to where it's like they just sit down for like hours on end just talking. And it's not like scripted questions or any of that. It's like an organic, fluid conversation. Whereas, like, if we were to do it, I would want some like scripted questions. Just like stuff I was interested in, or to be like have actual like conversations. Like we could get like a massive Lego set, and be like, we're gonna sit here for 4 hours building this thing straight, and we're just gonna talk and have fun, and that'll be the premise of it. But could we call it like Lego talk?
I mean, that's not bad. Lego talk.
Lego talk. We're not even talking about Legos. We're just building Legos.
I feel like I would get too distracted with the Lego set.
We would, but there would definitely be time frames where we'll just sit there for like in silence building Legos because we're so focused in. I think Markiplier would definitely YouTubers. I think YouTubers would be like a fun place to start, and then if celebrities want to get in on it, which I don't think they would, because we're 17. So I mean, like, what else?
Yeah.
We have the same birthday.
Oh yeah.
I'm hours older.
I'm older.
No, you're not. I am. Stop with this. We're literally the same person.
Camera.
We're literally the same person. We talking the same. I mean, aren't we? We look just alike.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're so alike.
I think it's the eyes, probably.
Yeah. It's definitely the eyes. Let me just. Yes, it's definitely the eyes. And like the white shoes.
The white shoes. Those Converse?
Yeah, I got Converse. You got the Nike ones.
Oh yeah.
I remember that because this is platinum, right?
Yeah, I remember that because we were talking about it, because you said that you liked Converse, and then you got them for like Christmas, I think, and they're like already dirty. I have that problem too.
You know what I'm
that's the issue.
These are my pants.
Like that's like I like white shoes, but like they get dirty all the
there's
time.
Sand coming out of them. These are my Vans. I got them I think I got them for Christmas of 2021, and then I didn't start wearing them until summer of 2022. This happened over like 6 or 7 months. Like just the holes in the side. I mean, they're probably gonna turn it like these are probably gonna turn into that. I work my shoes bro.
You run them to the ground.
I run them into the ground and more. Like
until you're actually like physically unable to wear the shoe. Like that's when you stop wearing it.
Yeah.
Which I guess like that's a good way to wear shoes, because like you're getting your money's worth out of them.
Yeah.
Because I know. Like I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on shoes and then just not like want to wear them. But also, like taking care of your shoes is like a pretty big thing, because like I know recently like shoe culture has kind of blown up. Yeah. Like shoes have like really high value now. And like I guess it's just like keeping your shoes like in good shape is like really hard though, because like I remember when I first got like my Air Forces like a few years ago, like I walked around like a penguin because I was so scared to crease them. Because I didn't let them crease. Because I
can't let them crease, bro. Just like Lego. You walk in like a damn Lego.
Yeah, because I didn't like want to bend my toe, so I was just walking like without bending my foot at all, and it was just so weird. But like, I know like some people like don't really care about their shoes, but like I feel like because shoes are really expensive, right? So I feel like if the more you spend money on something, like the more you should want to take care of it, like a car and like a house and stuff like that. So like I feel like shoes, I don't know, like if you just ruin your shoes, then like see that's like I guess one of my pet peeves is like when people are like ungrateful and like disrespectful for their stuff. Cause like I'm super grateful to like have these shoes because I know a lot of work went into them, into like making them, and like I know a lot of people like don't get to have like nice shoes and stuff. I guess that's kind of why I'm like, I mean it's kind of off topic from like shoes, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't start like with a lot of money, or like my family. I'm glad my family's not like rich and stuff like that because like I wouldn't have anything to work up to if I just had everything given to me. Like,
no goals, no ambitions
right.
at all. I mean, like when you see videos of like really famous people talking about how hard being rich is, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably really nice, but it probably sucks because then you're just like, who's my real friend, too? Like you can't tell what people's true intentions are when you're rich because all they see is money, and then it's like if you have everything, if you have everything handed to you, you can't work.
Yeah.
You can't work for anything. It's really. Also, I have some like satisfaction where it's like you start. It's like drawing, you know, where it's like you're looking at a blank paper and then after hours of dedication and work to it, you've created something amazing, and then you're just like, that was worth it. Like the feeling of that.
That's I think. Like when people ask me like what I enjoy doing, I think like the thing that I love most is just being able to make something out of nothing. So that's why I like drawing, because you start with nothing and then by the end you have like an actual thing that you've made with just like a little pencil. Or like this podcast, like we don't really know what we're doing, but like we're having fun doing it and we're making like we want to make a name for ourselves, and it's just like so satisfying just to like because we're finally doing this, and like
it's been like what 3 weeks. This man.
Okay, we're
recent. I know it's not your fault, but like, dude, you've been such a like.
Well, like we haven't been able to do it because like. Okay,
just
Algebra 2. Algebra 2 is so hard. And I think anyone listening to this is going to understand where I'm coming from because, like, Algebra 2, I think, is what's making junior year, like, the hardest year. Because...
Okay, calm down, we may have...
No. I mean, at least we're doing it this year. It's like...
Just be careful about what you say. We still have... You don't understand. People could be listening, Reese.
But Algebra 2 is hard, though.
I know it's hard, but like just be like you're walking on eggshells, man. It's like how I won't talk about physics. I can't. I can't talk about physics, man. I can't do that.
I think like the reason that math is hard for like me personally, I guess, is because like I just kind of want to flow around, and math is like a really rigid structure. And because like the whole basis of math is like patterns, and I guess for me, like it's really hard for me to focus in math because I don't know, like I don't have any like ADHD or anything like that, but it's just like I feel like some classes can be like challenging to focus in. And then, like, when your grades, like, kind of go down, like, that's what happened to me, because, like, it got kind of hard to focus.
What was your grade at? Tell me. I mean, mine's also bad, I'm being honest. I always have a bad grade. So, dude,
Like-
I hope we're not speaking so loud that it's like destroying the mic.
So loud.
I hope we're not.
At least it's better than having the fan in here. Like the-
Yeah, I got
like
like
the
this.
giant ice
I got
fan.
this big ass fan where it gets so hot. Like I mean, like we're on a second story in my house, and it gets so hot up here that my dad bought like this air conditioning unit basically. It just sits in the middle of my room and just runs. But like I have to close the door, so that's why we're wearing tank top. It's gonna get super hot
Yeah.
in here. I mean, it already is quite warm in here. That's why I told you to like get the water. We were gonna be pissing straight water at the end of this.
It's 'cause it's already summer. Like,
I can't
Florida is just like...
I can't wait for summer, man. I just need school to end. I really do, man. Like, I don't want to grow up so fast, but God, I do not want to go to school.
That's the thing. Well, also, like, I think I'm more excited for college than... Well, like, when I was in elementary school, when I was on, like, the school grounds, I would always see, like, middle schoolers walking around. And I was like, man, middle schoolers are so cool. I'm so excited to be in middle school. And I got to middle school, and then I was like, man, I want to be in high school. Because, like, high schoolers look so cool. And now I think I'm, like, since I'm in high school, like, I'm kind of like, man, college looks so cool. But, like...
No, it doesn't. I mean, like, to you it
Well,
may,
like-
but to me, it's more work.
I don't think... Well, I guess it was, like, going into high school, too. Like, I knew I was going to have more work, but I think it was just, like... One, being more independent.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, two, meeting way more people.
Yeah.
Because, like, I went to a pretty, like, small elementary school, and then, like, high school was bigger, and I think, like, college is going to be, like, even bigger. And, like, I guess it's just super exciting, because, like, I have literally no idea. Like, I don't even know where I'm going to college yet. But, just, like, I think it's going to sound cliche, but, like, the journey of going through, like, high school and college, I think it's going to be, like, really fun. Like, it sounds cliche, but, like, I know when I'm, like, older and I'm, like, graduating and stuff, that I'm going to, like, want to look back. And so I think that's why it's, like, pretty important that, like, that's why I'm, like, excited we're doing this now. Because, like, this is going to be, like, when I look back at high school, I'm going to be like, man, I remember when we first did that first episode of, like, Through the Barrel, that podcast. And, like I said, like, I have no idea where this is going to go. But, like, if we do get big off this, like, I would be so grateful. Just, like...
How long do you think we're gonna do this?
Like, the podcast?
If things go well, like do we still? I still want to do it. If like because I want to be able. I want to do everything. You know, I want to do everything. I want to
Try
write
to get all the achievements.
I want to write movies. I want to direct movies. I want to do music. I want to do concerts. I want to make games. We want to make games together. Like, I'm writing books.
Yeah.
Damn it! Like,
There's so much stuff.
I still haven't finished that one book about the bat yet. I just
I remember that.
the other day I started that in like October. Just the other day I finished chapter 4 out of 8. And it's like
Man.
5 pages per chapter. Like I just got so burnt out at one point where I was like, I could do that.
But, like, I think the thing with, because, like, if I'm writing, like, a game, for example, like, I'll love doing it, but I have to be, like, in a super fixed mindset, like, to do it. Because, like, I don't know, I guess it's also why, like, sometimes you can, like, burn out, but then, like, you have that spark and you're like, oh, I got this idea, I had this idea. And then, like, you jump out of your bed and you're, like, writing stuff down, or you're, like, drawing, like, a sketch or something. But, like, you really gotta be in the mindset to, like, do it. Because I know you talked about that before. How, like, if you can just, like, sit in your room and kind of just, like, flow and just, like, let, like, the stuff go on the paper, like, it's so much easier than just trying, I don't know, like, you can't, I mean, like, you can't really force yourself to be creative, I guess.
Sometimes you can. It's just like I mean like I feel like sometimes, especially with school, it's like okay. When you have like an essay, okay, and you and I have done this a lot, where you have an essay and you've been given a week to do it, and then it's like the night before it's due, and you still haven't done anything. That's when you're at your best. Like, I don't know what it is, because you force yourself to be like, I gotta do this thing, and you know what you have to do, and you just go in and do it. And then it's like, when it comes to, God, my computer's so loud. Man, it's...
Hopefully they can't hear that.
Wait. Oh, it's picking up. It's picking up. Damn it. Whatever. I hope our smooth voices.
I hope it's gonna start cutting in and out.
I hope your smooth voice can. No, but yeah, I feel like it's the same thing with people like professionals that are writing scripts and all that, where it's like they have deadlines. Deadlines, I feel like, definitely push a lot of creativity they can. But every now and then, like, because I got ADD, it's not too bad, but it's enough to where it's like, if it's like 9 o'clock at night, okay, and I've been thinking about writing this one game all day, or like this movie or whatever, and then it's like I have this really cool idea, like just then, I have to stay up and finish writing it all out in order to go to sleep. Like one night, it was like 10 or so. I got this idea for like this game about this dude is dead. By the end of like an hour or two, my whole whiteboard was just filled with like lines of names and like, oh, this happened, question mark, this happened. It looked like a murder, like it looked like someone trying to figure out like a murder scene with all the lines and dots.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then I didn't go to sleep till 1 that night, and I had to wake up at like 5:40 the next day to go to school.
I know what you're talking about though, and I think, I mean, I was gonna say like it's easier when I don't really know how to put it. I guess like an example would be like if I'm like sketching a character, like I could sit there and do that easier than if I just sit and like do an essay, because
you actually put heart into it. Whereas an essay, you're forced to do it. Whereas when you're doing your art, you're putting yourself in it. That's why I think it's like doing like anything that's like kind of creative. There's a bit of you in it, so it's like it's just a lot more. It's like you look at it like a 5-page essay, and you're like, this whole thing was just bull and a waste of my time. But then you look at like a 20-page script that you wrote, and then you're like, oh, I like what I did there. That was funny. I had a great idea. And like, also like another thing about doing art, I feel like the process is fun, but then showing it to someone is, oh my, that's my crack, bro.
It's so, oh my gosh.
I don't know if I could say that, which I probably can, but dude, I get high off of that stuff. Like when I was writing the bat, I was sending it to my friend because she loved reading, and like later that night after the first chapter, she called me. We talked for like 2 hours about it because she was just asking me questions and she was so into it, and I was just that, like that made my week. Like getting that attention and like having them compliment something that like you put a lot of work into, just, oh my god, it's better than the final product sometimes. It's better because it's like you could have like something that you worked really hard for and then it goes bad, and then you're like, at least I did it and I'm proud of what I did. But then when you work really hard for something and then people actually enjoy it, that, oh my god, that just elevates you to a whole other playing field.
Yeah, that's just like, that's such a good like sort, like,
it's also good for inspiration.
Yeah.
To like want to do more.
That's what I was gonna say, that like,
because then you
that's
become
so motivating.
Yeah, you become addicted to that feeling to where you're just like, I need to do more, I need to write more so I can get this feeling more. But it's like, it's not like a bad addiction.
Yeah.
Almost. Unless it's like getting in the way of like personal happiness.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like, I think like that like natural high of like all the dopamine from just like seeing someone like start smiling or like start laughing from something that you did is so nice, because like you can see their reaction, and if they show interest, then you can be like, I did that. Like, all the effort you put into it is like, you're like, this is why I'm doing it. Like, writing stories or like creating games or like movie scripts and whatnot, like I mean like I guess for me personally, like I do it because like I want to like I have cool ideas, like well I don't know, I want to say I have cool ideas, but like I think I have ideas.
You do have cool ideas.
I think like
I see you blush.
I think like my ideas, like I just want to put them out there because I feel like this could like make someone happy, or like being able to like make someone like laugh, or like just like being able to make someone smile, like walking past them in like the hallway or something. Like it sounds super cringy, but like it takes like only a few seconds to like say something, or like a few seconds to like write a story or like say a joke or something, and like the reaction, like someone will like remember that for the rest of the day. And like if you do something even bigger than that, like writing a super cool story, then like people are gonna remember that. And like I don't think I really want to like make a name for myself for me, but like I think because then I'll be able to help other people more and like influence people. And like I mean like for me, I've always wanted to like make a lot of money, not so I could just say I'm rich, but so I could like give back to my family, or like so like if I have kids then I can like provide for my kids. Like I think acting selflessly like makes you feel way happier than like if you just do stuff for yourself. And like I guess that is kind of contradictory, but like if you're like making a story and you're like, oh I just did this for me, I'm not gonna show it to anyone, then like it's not as gratifying than if like you give it out to the world.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I just feel like giving back like feels better. That's like what you were saying with like when you're talking to your friend on the phone and she was like laughing and stuff, like how did that make you feel? Because like I know that had to have felt good.
Dude, it was like she would point something out that I didn't even know that I did, and then I'd be like, that's interesting, like I like talking about this because then I'm learning more stuff, and it's like it was just nice. She also just loves everything I do, so I mean like she swears that I'm good at too many things. And so it's just like so a little part of me is like, I don't know whether she like, if I send it to her she's going to enjoy it, or she's going to think that I'm showing off, or she's just going to get old of it because I do so much. Like she's just going to get tired of it because she's just like, oh well, here you go again, you're doing another one.
I get that, but like I think like surrounding yourself with like super supportive people like definitely helps you as like an artist, a creator, because like that's super motivating, like seeing like having other people help you and like give feedback.
Yeah.
Like I mean what better way to like create good content and like good media like without the like joy of the people who explore.
Yeah, like I was like one of the reasons why I'm so like I'm so creative and all that is because because my parents do kind of like, they're like, wow, that's cool. I mean like they've gotten like more into it now.
Yeah.
But, like especially with this, like I brought up the idea of a podcast and they were like, oh, it was like just piqued their interest. They're like, oh. Because my dad doesn't really talk to me about my creative stuff. Whenever I talk about it, he's always like, so what about school? He brings that up. I'm just like, why do you gotta say that? But then my mom, she's like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. And then I brought up podcast, and they're like, say more.
I mean, like, I guess it's like how it is with my mom, but not like in a negative way, but just like, I mean, I'm not the same person as my mom, so like I don't really expect her to like understand what I'm talking about. But like, she's super supportive, and I think like if someone doesn't really know what you're doing, like if you don't really know what someone's doing, like at least show interest.
Yeah.
Like it goes a long way, like especially to me, like whenever I'm making something, like I usually put everything that I can think of into that work. So like, you know, like I think that's like what I was saying before. Like surrounding yourself with like good people because, like, I don't know, because sometimes there's gonna be a lot of times when you have those dry patches. That's because I know sometimes when we're collaborating, like we'll run out of ideas, but then we'll start bouncing off of each other, and that's when like the best stuff happens. And we're like, oh, we gotta do this, oh, we gotta do this, and we start yelling, and it's so funny, but it's also so nice, just to have. It's just it's so cool. Like having other people that show interest in the same stuff you do. Like even if they have like no idea what you're talking about, but just asking questions. So, like example would be, I guess like this podcast. Like if we brought it up to someone at school, and they do not listen to podcasts at all, but they ask questions, like that, it goes a long way. Having people, I don't know.
Just pique interest.
Yeah.
Like
show it. Like don't just brush it off and be like, oh, that's cool. I mean, even if you aren't interested, just like you don't have to be rude. Like you can. I don't know. I guess that's also why. Like if you're like compliments too, like getting complimented is like nice too.
Even
I guess
if it's like the smallest thing.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to be, man, we are so deprived. we are so deprived from compliments.
I'm not saying that like selfishly.
Yeah,
but I'm
it's,
just saying
it's like we notice if someone holds the door open
Yeah.
for us or says have a good day or like wow you look good.
like it'll go a long way.
If a girl shows remote and like interest, it goes a long way. my
Yeah.
week is completely fulfilled.
I mean, like, I guess I was kind of raised to be polite and hold doors and stuff like that.
As you should.
But, you say as you should?
Yeah, I said as you should. That's how I was raised. I don't.
But,
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. No, thank you.
yeah, but, like, I feel like, I guess, again, back to, like, giving back to other people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take that much effort to, like, hold a door for someone for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Or,
60.
I don't know, yeah. Or just smile. If someone looks at you, just smile at them, and they're probably gonna smile back.
Yeah. I feel
Like-
like with the world, it's gotten harder.
Okay, let's not get controversial. Let's not get
I'm
canceled on the
just
first
saying-
episode.
I'm just saying, I feel like it's gotten harder. It's gotten harder for people to, because, okay,
Yeah, for sure.
especially Twitter. Especially Twitter. Twitter is the, like, I stay off of that. Twitter is the cesspool of all evil in the world, and you, like they did a whole South Park episode on this.
They did?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't see
did.
that.
There was like one episode where it was the whole thing where it's like, and so I posted a picture of myself.
Oh, it was that one? That was the one with Carmen?
Because I thought I looked ripped, and everyone was calling me fat. It was, and then PC Principal got like, he tried to get Kyle to sift through his Twitter and filter out all the mean comments where it's just like polite stuff. And it's like, when you have a platform that's just nothing but absolute terror, it's like, it's like, it's not like it's gonna stay, it's like Pandora's box. People are gonna open that box no matter what.
Yeah.
People are gonna open that box and then it's just gonna leak everywhere. And then it's like, the more you have people that are like constantly spewing like just absolute garbage, the more it's gonna build up, and then more people are gonna be like, what's the point of me being nice? I'm just gonna do the same thing because no one's gonna care. And then it's just, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's the butterfly effect, but with like Twitter. It's the bird effect.
I haven't downloaded Twitter just because,
I've looked at it.
man, I don't know what goes on there, but I'm not gonna get started,
Bro.
like reading that, like,
Dude, I've seen some stuff. I've seen, dude, Twitter's like a
you
war
have
zone.
Twitter PTSD?
Dude,
From
what? I
Twitter?
mean, like, I've gone on there a few times. I've had Twitter for a bit just to like I don't tweet anything because I'm not stupid. But it's like I'll like follow like a famous person to see what they say and all that stuff. Some people are like hilarious, like Ryan Reynolds, but it's like I've also like I got a new phone. I didn't even think about downloading Instagram. I was like I'm not even gonna look at that.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I mean like Instagram I feel like isn't like that. Instagram is just more post a picture, get on with your day.
Yeah. I feel like some social medias are like... I feel like we don't really admit that some stuff we can kind of get addicted to, like social media. Because I know, like, for me, like, I'll be scrolling for probably an hour, and I'm like, wait, I thought it was...
Oh, Be Real, sorry. I looked at my phone.
It was Be Real.
And it was 2 notifications from Be Real. It was like my friend posted late, and then Be Real, and I was just like, oh, well, this will be fine. 20 years from now, I'm still doing Be Real. It's like, hey, I remember that thing. I remember that day. Also, it's a nicely document. What?
Oh yeah, it's the first podcast episode. I forgot what I was talking about.
We were talking about Instagram and like.
Oh yeah.
At least not like Twitter.
I'm just gonna go off something new then. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
My brain goes like
I'm sorry.
50,000
I completely
places
just cut
everywhere.
that off. Yeah, it's not my bad. To watch any good movies lately. We're on some
Good
philosophical rants, and then it's just like, watch any good movies?
The Puss in Boots movie was the last movie that I saw.
We watched that together.
DreamWorks never disappoints. Every single time they come out with bangers, and the villains are always so good.
Way better than Pixar, bro.
Oh my!
Like, they don't have an agenda. Can I
like-
say that? Can I say that? Can I even
let's
say
not
that
get canceled.
Ah, crap. They don't.
No!
They don't.
We're already getting canceled.
What was there was this one movie. There was one movie from Pixar that old Pixar is really good. New Pixar's just gotten so bad. Except for okay. Did you ever watch that Strange World movie?
I didn't watch it.
So
I mean, like
watched
the animation looked good, but like
I watched it and it wasn't bad. It was just like the story felt targeted. Well, obviously, I mean like every
story is like a demographic,
but I like that one movie that they did. It's called Onward. Did you watch that one?
I watched that one. That one was really good.
That was a good one. I never finished Luca. I didn't watch the one with the house was alive, but it wasn't like Monster House. It's the one with all the I don't know how to politically correctly say this.
I don't remember the one you're talking about.
If
you don't know how to say it, don't say it.
Okay, then I won't say it.
It's better just not to say anything.
But I didn't watch that one. Coco was a good movie. I love Coco.
I like the ones...
Ratatouille. Ratatouille. Bro, Ratatouille is my childhood. I don't care what you say. It's a great movie to me no matter what. I would love to meet Remy.
Man.
Yeah.
Just like... Maybe we like the old one just because like that's how we grew up with.
Yeah.
And like now the newer media is like changing with society. I guess and like we're not really growing up as much as like kids younger than us. So like there's different stuff that's interesting to them that's not as interesting to us. And like I guess that makes sense because like we're older now. Like that's why I don't know how to. I mean, like, there's still a lot of good movies and like shows and like, I mean, I guess to some degree there's like not a lot of stuff wrong with society changing because like it's gonna happen. Like it makes sense.
It always happens.
Yeah, but like, I also feel like well, I'm not gonna try to get controversial.
It's like I hate that any topic we talk about, we're always walking on eggshells because we're like we know what to say, we know what not to say, but we can't say what we want to say without saying what we can't say. On first episode too. I'm just gonna go a different route.
I'm just gonna go. I think like a lot of the other movies, like the older movies, like the Kung Fu Panda movies, for example. Those were so good.
I can't wait for the fourth one.
There's a fourth one?
They're making a fourth one,
Is
man! From what I've seen, they're doing a fourth one. And they're doing a fourth Despicable Me.
Despicable Me's are... Okay, the Minions movie, the Minions Rise of Gru, I think, that was a recent one.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
I liked it. I watched it with my sister. Oh, and I watched it with my dad. He wanted to watch it. That was a good one. I like that it was based in the 70s. I thought that was cool. Because it's Gru going on. But what was the third one? The third Despicable Me about? It was about, like, he found his brother.
Yeah, because the first one was him, like, adopting the kids, right? And then, like, Lucy and everyone.
Yeah.
And I think the second one was... It was, like, him and Lucy, I think.
It was
like Gru and
he
Lucy.
joined the TBA to fight the dude that was changing his minions.
That was what it was.
That's what it was.
It was, yeah, because I remember he was eating guac out of the hat. He, like, was breaking the cat off, and he was, like, eating it out, and he was, like, sad. Oh, man, I remember that. And then the third one, that was the one where he found his brother, and it was, like, the guy who had, like, all the bubble gum. Remember that guy? And he had, like, that guitar, the piano guitar.
Oh,
what are those called?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was the third one, though.
Yeah, that was Michael Jackson. They put Michael Jackson music in it. I'm surprised they did that. They put Michael Jackson music in it.
It fit, though.
It did fit. It was good. It was good. I liked it. Illumination doesn't miss.
Illumination does have good stuff.
Illumination, I'm trying to think of what else they made. They made a lot of stuff.
Did they make Rio? They made Rio, right?
Did they?
Or was that...
Or was that Paramount?
Oh.
Paramount made some stuff.
I think that might have been Illumination. Illumination's like Illumination and DreamWorks. Like, they're always good because, like, they can appeal to kids but also adults. Like, when I'm sitting in, like, an Illumination movie or a DreamWorks movie, like, I feel like really anyone can sit down and watch it. Because, like, they're family friendly, but, like, it's also not just, like, a little kid movie. Like, they have good stuff. Like, pretty much anyone can watch them.
I forgot about Blue Sky Studios.
They made Rio!
Did they go out of prison? Not prison. Did they go out of business? Because they did all the Ice Age movies.
They did do the Ice Age movies.
It's the fuck.
Wait, what?
You know, it's the fuck.
Oh, yeah. Are they coming out with another one?
No, I think they tried to do a TV show.
Oh, they did. I saw the trailer for that. That was good. I think those movies were good for what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I love the original and the second Ice Age.
Yeah. They were... I don't know. I like those. I think Blue Sky Studios was good. I mean, like, Rio was really good. I think they made a sequel for Rio, too.
Yeah, they did.
Even though the birds from Rio are extinct now.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that up. I didn't know what... You know, I watched the movie last night with my family. I watched The Menu.
I haven't heard of that.
It's how do I explain this? It's like a whole bunch of famous people got invited to these islands to, like, eat this exquisite, like, 5-course meal or something like that. And it's just, dude, it's so odd. Like, I thought it was gonna be like some thriller, weird movie. I mean, like, these are the movies. I mean, like, you can't see it, but like these are the movies. Like Caroline, or whatever. So Caroline and I, we y'all don't know who that is. We did 5 movies each of us, and then we went and we told Siri to be like, pick a number 1 out of 10, and then we crossed off until we got that one. I chose the one.
Oh, for once to watch.
Yeah, and yeah, we were like, this is gonna be good, and then we're watching it, and like, I was like, why is it like this? Whose idea was this?
Well, like what about it didn't click with you?
It was just, the acting was really good, cinematography was cool, just the story was just kind of weird to me. It was, like, I think I understand what happened at the... I'm not going to spoil it in case you watch it. But, yeah, the story was just weird to me. I thought that they were going to do some, like, Clue scenario. Did you watch Clue?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I watched the movie.
Yeah, I watched the original. But I thought it was gonna be like something like that, where people are gonna slowly start dying until. It was just weird.
It
It's
wasn't like that.
No, it wasn't.
That's how I think it'd be. It kind of like usually movies in that like usually follow that kind of pattern. Like,
Yeah, and then like people start dying until you figure out who
I was like
did
Nile
what.
on the River.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that either. I just heard it.
I watched half of it, and then I had to leave my friend's house, and then she called me and she told me what happened, and I was just like, I wasn't wanting to watch that. But I need to watch Knives Out. Last Onion. I need to watch that.
I didn't hear about Knives Out. And I remember you talking about that. What was that one you were talking about a few days ago? That the two guys. The two guys, and there was like the tiger.
No, that's Hangover. That's Hangover. And like the dude, he was taking a piss, and then the tiger was in the bathroom, and they found a baby in the cabinet.
No.
And like one dude was bald.
No, I'm talking about the two.
That was Hangover.
I think it was like based in like India and Britain, right? And they were like dancing.
Yeah.
They were. This man talked about this movie for like 2 hours.
This RRR is one of the most cinematic masterpieces I've ever seen.
I've never seen this movie.
You need to watch it. It's on Netflix. It's like 3 hours long, but it's worth it.
Okay, what makes it so good though? What makes it different from other movies?
So like a lot of movies, there's like this romantic relationship between like a guy and a girl, okay?
Yeah.
And then it's like crap happens, and they like go on. It's about these two guys, okay? And like how they become best friends even though they're supposed to be against each other. And it's like the whole story about the two, like they have their own separate stories and how they kind of like clash, and then like they kind of come back together at the end. And it's like it's such a good story, and when it comes to like bros and friends, that's like it's like a bromance. It's a bromance movie. That's what it is, and it's so like, and also like the music was really good, but it's all like in Hindi, or at least the one that's on Netflix is. I forget what its original language is, but it's like it's all wow, dude. I remember I was watching that movie, and I'm sitting on my bed watching this movie as like the dance is coming on. I'm like, oh, like I'm getting into it, dude. I loved it. It was such a good movie. You gotta watch it, man.
Wait, when did it come out?
It came out 2022. I want to say beginning of the year.
Wow.
I heard it's like not Bollywood, but it's called Tollywood. I need to look. Don't take Bollywood is like the Hollywood of India, from my knowledge, from
is it
what
like
I know.
slang or is it like an actual
Bollywood? No, that's like an actual like thing. It's like it's like we have Hollywood, where most of our movies are like, where it's like you think of like a big thing.
I was thinking
Hollywood.
like California.
Yeah, it's like Bollywood Indians, and they got their own. Like India's got their own.
They have some like interesting stuff. They look like they have like I haven't gotten a chance to like watch a lot of Bollywood stuff, but like, they have some really like. I mean, like I haven't seen it like a lot of stuff, but like from what I've seen, like they don't look bad.
Yeah, I always see the janky like cop like Indian laying on a cop car as it's flying through the air.
Like the visual.
They always have the sunglasses on.
The visual effects, the CGI.
Yeah.
But like a plane crash in the background, they like explode.
But RRR is like some of the best. Like, it's one I will say it's one of the only ones I've seen, but it is like amazing. It's a really good first impression of like that whole industry. It's so good, man. It's so good.
Well, what's the? You said Bollywood, right? With a V?
No, it's like Tollywood or something. I watched VFX. I watched the Corridor Crew people talk about this movie, and they were raving about it, and then I watched their VFX breakdown, and then I was like, maybe I should watch this, and then I did, and I was like, I understand the hype. I get the hype. It's just a long movie. It's a long but good movie.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was awesome.
And Corridor has some good stuff.
Corridor, dude, I want to like. I saw that
Corridor's
Markiplier did like an internship there, and I was like, how did they do this?
You be an intern? Wait.
They did. Well, they did like
Well,
this weird internship thing where you could show up for like a couple months and all that, and like just kind of get the ropes. Oh my god.
Oh, that's what I was.
Well, I think it was a special thing. It could just be like a special little thing they did.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I guess that makes sense. Man, Markiplier would be like.
We're being back to the beginning. Markiplier on the podcast. We gotta make that happen. Ryan Gosling on the podcast.
Like
we need to make that happen.
Like 17-year-old kids, like trying to like talk to all these big stars.
Dude, Markiplier would totally. Dude, he would totally be down to do this. Imagine we get on Distractable. No, okay. My plan for this is I want to be able to accumulate enough money to actually buy good equipment, have better quality podcasts.
Yeah.
Start streaming on Twitch. I would be set if I can make a living off of streaming on Twitch, playing Minecraft with you, and then every now and then hanging out with Markiplier. Hanging out with Markiplier, Bob, and Wade, like playing Raft with Minecraft, whatever they do. Like, I would love to do that.
It just sounds fun. And like, see, like, I feel like some people who don't really like watch Twitch or YouTube, like I guess an example, like no one is in particular, but like some people will be like, oh, you're like a streamer, like that's not really a job, like that's not really a career. But like you can make it, it's entertaining, like all the way back to what I was saying again, like you're giving back to people. Again, no, don't laugh because like that's cook because like that's a job now, right? Like that's like I would consider that a career now.
Yeah.
And like society's changing. We're going to electronics. Like that's a job, I think. Like so like I think I wouldn't mind doing that. Like I would want to do charity stuff too though. Like getting out there.
We've been talking about like getting big for like what, the past like 6 months.
Yeah.
We've been spending a lot of time with this. We've come up with a damn clothing brand. So like that's heavily based on charity. But it's like we don't know what to do. Like I mean like I don't think we should talk about it more just because it's like like what if like actually go somewhere and then we can eventually talk about it because that'd be like a fun thing to be like. I mean like we can we were talking about this on the first episode all the way back in 2023. Like
I mean like, I guess we could just leave it at like the idea because like we have so many ideas for stuff.
Dude,
we don't even know how we're gonna like accomplish half of these things. But
I don't even need a girlfriend.
Man, you don't need a girlfriend. Oh, like
we got Twitch.
Oh, like are we gonna like go into relationship stuff? Are we talking about that? Because
no. Because what if people what if the people we go to school?
We don't need to go into that.
We don't need our teacher who listens to podcasts to listen to that stuff, or in the middle of class and start playing. We don't need that. Although I am gonna post about it and try to get hyped for it.
I think like there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and I think people should like hear about. But I don't know what is even like
what you can even say anymore. Yeah,
is acceptable the word?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because like
we need to wait until we're like bigger or like out of school.
Yeah.
Because once we get out of school, we have free range.
There's like so much stuff that I want to talk about, and like so many things that people need to know about. But I can't, like...
The Matrix will get you. The Matrix. Red pill or blue pill. In order to leave the Matrix, know what you want and go all in. I have that as my phone. I literally have that as my phone screen right now. I'm not lying. Hold on. I need to clear all these so no names get put on to this. I literally have it. to go, you gotta go all in.
Right, like that's. I think I posted something similar to that before. I think on my Instagram.
On New Year's Eve.
No, it was like a week ago.
It was.
Yeah, it was like one of those like I don't know. It was a quote I heard somewhere that was you can't make change without sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like that definitely helped me. Like with a lot of like, I can't, like, I guess working out, like you can't like improve your body without like going through that pain first, or like drawing, like you have to like take time away from other stuff in order to like do those things. Like I think if you want to see change, then like you have to actually sacrifice something to change. Like it doesn't have to be like physical pain or like anything like dramatic, but like sacrificing your sleep, like getting up like 30 minutes earlier to like stretch or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
or like sacrifice. Don't go to that. Don't go to the Zaxby's and get something. Like go to the Whole Foods and get like a salad. Or something.
Yeah.
Just I don't.
It doesn't have to be like
doesn't
dramatic.
even have to be anything. It's just
like
know,
you're not laying down your life on a battlefield.
Yeah, man. Just wake up like 30 minutes earlier.
But I think it's like your mindset though. Like I don't.
You gotta
like,
put yourself through it.
Yeah.
You gotta make yourself do it. It's up to you.
I mean, like, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to talk as if like I know the answers to like the universe.
I am.
But like
I am perfect.
But from my experience,
see, I've been drinking water this whole time. You took like 2 sips. I'm almost done with this thing already. This thing was full by the beginning, and I'm like here or
that's
so.
why my mouth is like the Sahara. I keep forgetting to drink.
Dude, I need to pee so bad. We got.
I forgot what I was saying again.
Saying how you're not perfect and how I am in every way.
Oh yeah. Well, he's perfect apparently. I don't know. That's like self-diagnosed or something.
It's true.
But for me, like, just from like my experiences, like, you gotta change something. Like, if you want to be better, you gotta change something.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's also like habits. Like habits, I heard somewhere from an article that it takes at least 3 weeks to break a habit.
Yeah.
But it only takes like a day to like have a habit. Like, I don't know, like there's a lot of stuff that you can like make a habit. Like I'm not even talking about like serious stuff like hardcore drugs or whatever, but like even like social media, I guess. Because like you can get addicted to that super easily. Like,
dude, TikTok is my worst enemy.
Yeah, like it takes.
It's your worst enemy.
Yeah.
I'm texting him and he's sending me TikToks. Like
I literally.
You stayed there for hours.
I remember one time it was like a school night, I think, like a while ago, and you woke up and you texted me. You're like, Reese, why did you send me a TikTok at 4:30 in the morning? You're like, we have to wake up at like 5:30. Why are you up? And I was like, well, I can't sleep. I'm still up. I would go to sleep in like 18 hours.
I'm shaking there.
I'm like, well, I just woke up. My AirPods across the room.
I'm sweaty.
My blanket is rearranged and my pillow is out there making dinner for me. That's like, you know, those naps. You like wake up or you like go home from school, and you're like, hey, I'll lay down. And you like lay down, and then you wake up at like 8.
Like 5 hours later.
Yeah, and like your mouth is so dry, and you're like, where am I?
No, it's like no, dude. It's like when you go to a hotel or like you're on vacation, and then you go to sleep with your AirPods in, but you wake up and you're like sweaty. It's just dark, pitch black. One AirPod's gone. Like the other's like still somehow in your ear.
I know what you're talking about,
dude. That happened to me. I went to Universal and I woke up and I was laying on my arm and my arm was numb and like it's just dark as hell. I'm sitting up going like what? The first
you like
night
can't move, like your arms.
I'm doing this. My arm. I'm just like, come on. I'm like, wake up.
Yeah, that's like just in hotels in general. Like if you, because I mean for me, I usually wake up in a hotel. Like every time this happens, like I'm in a hotel and I'll wake up and I'm like, This isn't my room.
Yeah, you forget where you are.
And I'm like, oh wait, I'm in a hotel. I forgot. It's just really weird. I guess it's like that. When you know when you like fell asleep as a kid on the couch and then you wake up in your room.
And you're like, how did I go here?
Where am I?
Where am I? Dude, that happened. Remember when that happened to me at school? I fell asleep. We were in the chapel or something. I fell asleep and I woke up. And I swear to God, I woke up doing this crap. I woke up going. Like
I remember that because you fell asleep on someone's shoulder, and we were just like, "Is Will asleep right now? Is he sleeping on his shoulder?"
And I woke up because I remember looking at a clock in the corner of the room. But when I woke up, it was gone. And so I'm just like, where is it? Like, what time is it? Where am I? I was like, where am I, bro?
Dude, you like time skip.
Dude, I've been talking to my friend about this. When you go to sleep, it is just a loading screen. I swear. It's like it's like where you're going on a trip. You fast travel when you sleep. It's like you're out. You wake up 5 hours later. Fast travel. Like all the textures uploaded. Everything's
all the textures uploaded.
You're ready to start that new mission. I'm like, dude, it's a time skip. You're just. It's a fast pass. Yeah. All the
That's so cool,
screens,
though.
Bro.
Sleep is literally one of the best things invented. I don't know who invented it, but it's the best thing because I guess humans invented it. No, because like monkeys sleep and birds sleep. I think
Dinosaurs slept.
Dinosaurs slept. Oh, were you there? You were there. You were
Yeah.
at the Flintstones.
Yeah. I remember I'm perfect. I can't die.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were immortal.
Yeah.
You're like
immortal.
Eternal.
From Eternals.
Eternals was a good movie. That was a good movie.
You're the only other person. I was gonna go on this long. Okay, this is probably the last thing we're gonna talk about until we end this episode. But
It's already been an hour.
Dude, I stopped that timer when it was at 4 minutes 10 minutes ago. But okay, here's what I've noticed why people didn't like Eternals. Okay, now. You have the entirety of the MCU. Also, I was wondering if we could talk about this in another episode, but I'm in the mode. But you like 3 phases, okay? 3 phases of movies introducing new characters, leading up to their stories.
Oh, like a new thing?
All the way into Infinity War. No one had an issue when you had like 20 main characters in Infinity War because we knew who all these people were.
Oh yeah.
But then when it comes to Eternals, you introduce 10 new characters and expect us, and you try to craft this story, which I will say Eternals, in my opinion, was still really good. I like what they did. But it's like you have an issue when it becomes so many characters that you can't build out their history and get audiences to like them. To have this, to rush to a big ending, which,
that's why Endgame was so well known and so successful because,
everyone knew
over,
who everyone
decades. Marvel's been building up these characters, and they're all together now. But with the Eternals, they just kind of gave it to you. And I never really disliked superhero movies like that. Because when I go into a superhero movie, with Marvel, I know there's a storyline, and I like watching it in order and stuff. But with standalone stuff, well, Eternals isn't really standalone, but it's
Eternals is it's involved, but it's not well, I guess they're gonna try to make it more involved. I think it's rumored that they're doing a second one. I want to see. There are going to be so many people that are Eternals was so bad, it was a bad movie. But it's look, you got to look at it from people who watch movies and want to write movies. It's kind of impressive what they did. Because it's they were still able to introduce all these characters and have their own little stories and all that stuff. Just kind of figure out who they were and what they went through. But the way that they had it lead up to the end, Kingo wasn't even there. He just dipped.
Wait, who was that again? That was
the Bollywood guy. The one that was
the guy who would shoot the stuff out of his hands?
Yeah, he just dipped. At the end of the movie, if I remember correctly, they were they realized that Icarus was going against them the whole time, and that he was this came out 21 or something like that.
Yeah, it was almost 2 years.
I don't care. They realized that he was against them the whole time, which I thought was an interesting plot twist. I liked that. And then Kingo's I'm out. He didn't even show up.
He wasn't in the finale?
He wasn't in the final battle. No, he wasn't. He just dipped. From what I remember, I don't think he was there.
I don't remember.
I think he was there from the very beginning of the movie, and then when he got, and then when shit, oh my god, my stutter. And then when shit got real, he was like, I'm out. I ain't doing it.
I mean, like, when I go into, like, a hero, or a movie in that genre, like, the hero, like, action genre, like, I go in there expecting, like, just, like, dope fights, like, great visuals, like, sound effects, and stuff like that. And, like, I don't really pay attention to the story as much as if it was, like...
any other movie.
Like, a different genre. Because, like, if I'm just going in there because, like, I'm expecting to see action. Now, like, I'm not saying that, like, you don't need a story at all. But, for me, like, I guess, like, I don't really... Well, I don't want to say I don't pay attention to the story. But, like... I think the way the story is, like, presented in certain movies can be more important than, like, what's going on. Because, like, also, like, I kind of, like, suck at paying attention sometimes. So, like, it's a long, like, that's kind of, like, when I heard about Dune, like, that's why I didn't really see Dune, because I heard it's supposed to be, like, really...
Wait,
well, I mean, you saw Dune, right?
You didn't watch it?
I didn't see it. But I got mixed opinions about it, because I heard it was just, like, really long. And like,
yeah, it's so the way I see Dune is that you have to be a certain person to like it, because Dune is like, it's, well, I started reading the book and I never finished it, but
I heard it was like Star Wars though.
It's more remote than Star Wars. Star Wars, you see the whole galaxy. Dune is literally you're just on one planet, which I'm trying to remember what the name of it's called, but no, yeah, it's a lot more remote. It is very slow. You need closed captions on it because they talk very quietly. But I thought the story was cool. It won I think it won like a few awards for best visual effects. It looked amazing. Yeah. But you have to be a certain type of person to like that. Like that's it's like which I am. I love all that cinematography crap. So I love watching movies that are very artistic. Like that's why I love the Batman. Not only was the action cool in the Batman, but like the way that they did the lights and the music and the camera angles, that impressed me. Like that, like this is also controversial. That's one of the best Batman movies I've ever seen. Like that, I feel like that's one of the best representations of Batman. You haven't watched the Christopher Nolan ones, though.
I haven't seen a single Batman movie except the Batman.
You need to watch.
I'm kind of ashamed.
All the Christian Bale ones are on HBO. Do you have that?
I don't know, but I've heard really good stuff about them.
They're really good. I just feel like Robert Pattinson's Batman is the best representation of Batman because of how dark and gritty he is.
Wait, who were the other Batman?
Ben Affleck in the
That's
sense.
who it was.
We'll talk about DC and all that stuff in another episode, but yeah, there was Ben Affleck who was Batman, and then Christian Bale, and then Adam West and Michael Keaton, who's coming back for the Flash.
Heard about Keaton.
Keaton, yeah. I need to watch Keaton movies. So they only did 2, I think. You want to wrap it up there?
Yeah. I think we should say that for like another episode.
Yeah.
We could just talk about like...
We could talk about movies.
The DC and Marvel universes for a while.
I am such a nerd when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's definitely like more because I like it. But, like you are way more.
I texted him I texted him one time just being like, be ready for me to rant about Marvel and DC for a bit. Like, just be ready for me to do that every now and then. But yeah, we're definitely...
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I want to talk about in the future of this podcast. But like, again, I literally, I don't know what I can talk about or not without it being controversial. Because, like, there's some stuff that I really think would be, like, interesting for, like, viewers or listeners.
I guess both.
But, like...
You got a video, so... I hope none of this was ass.
Yeah.
I really do.
We haven't checked this since, like, the beginning, like, 2 hours ago.
We just we just started recording. I think we have an hour and a half episode.
There's no way this was an hour. Let's just do an hour and a half episode since we suck it in an hour.
Yeah, well, I had a timer, and then I was like, you know what? This is going to go longer than what it's supposed to be. But I'm like, no, I'm going to have fun with this. So.
Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff I want to, like, talk about.
Yeah, I got ideas. I got plenty of ideas.
Yeah.
Who's hosting the next episode? Is it you?
I think I am.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Do you have one-liners to start off the podcast with?
I gotta come up with some.
I got one for you. I have one for you. We'll just wait to see the next podcast.
We'll save it for next time. Then. How are we gonna end it?
Bye.
Those YouTube.